Here we go.
Is like gravity. All it takes is a little push.
What's up, guys? How you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Glad you stopped by. But hey, if you're brand new, welcome. Grab a seat, stay a while, but do me a couple favors first. Make sure you go down and hit that subscribe button. Go next door, ring that bell. Make sure it says all so you know when the next video pops up. Hit that like button. And before you head out, drop a comment. And if you're of the over 700 regulars here, welcome back for another round. I ask that you also hit that like button. Before you leave, drop a comment, because YouTube does love those comments. And of course, share this video out on all social media. Instagram, X, socials, you can find me down there. Also, check out the link to that Joker Voice merch store. Exclusive Joker Voice, and Wednesday night is overbooked merch as well. And just some housekeeping stuff. The YouTube cleaned up the bots this weekend. So make sure you are still subscribed. And if you are watching this content and are not subscribed yet, if you want a written invite, you are cordially invited to subscribe to my channel. Now that that's out of the way, as we know, the WWE wrapped up their weekend in Saudi Arabia with not one, but two shows. Of course, we had Night of Champions on Saturday, but also an episode of Friday Night Smackdown. Something of note, there were more championship matches on Smackdown than there were on Night of Champions. One, the Street Profits retained their WWE Tag Team Championships against the VIII via disqualification from outside interference. Tiffany Stratton also retains her WWE Women's Undisputed Championship in a last woman standing match versus Nia Jax. And I'm sorry for the tens of Zelina Vega fans, her dismal reign has come to an end as we have a new United States Women's Champion, the Beautiful Madness, Julia.
Well, it's about time.
So that brings us to the Night of Champions Premium Live event, and the show kicked off with the finals of the King of the Ring tournament, pitting the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, versus the Viper, Randy Orton. Now, after a superplex to Cody, Randy was selling his lower back for most of the match. At one point, his heelish tendencies started to come back. He brought in a chair, pulled off the turnbuckle pad, exposing the metal bolt. Now, Cody takes advantage, whipping Randy into the bolt, hitting him in the ribs. Cody hits the crossroads for the 1-2-3, and Cody Rhodes is the 2025 King of the Ring. As to who Cody will challenge at SummerSlam, well, that got answered later on in the main event.
Stay tuned for more.
The next match we had was a Riyadh street fight. This featured Rhea Ripley versus Raquel Rodriguez. Street fights are no countouts, no disqualifications, basically no rules. It's simply just a hardcore match. Now, I've been very critical of Raquel Rodriguez ever since her return to the WWE in October, but I have to say, she looked absolutely amazing in this match. This was the best match she has had since that return. Now, Roxanne Perez, as expected, did interfere, but to be quite honest, she was really a non-factor. I mean, Rhea Ripley ends up picking up the win in a match I feel she didn't need, as I thought what was more important was the story and the build of this dynamic that would eventually come with Raquel and Roxanne in the absence of Liv Morgan.
That's fair.
And that brings us to our second non-title match at Night of Champions. And that is Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross in what amounts to simply a grudge match. Now, Karrion and Sami gave what would be a really good match on WWE TV on Monday Night Raw. Fortunately, the outcome was pretty predictable. Sami Zayn hits the haluva kick for the 1-2-3. They're in Saudi Arabia. He's a favorite over there. But like the previous match, it's a match that Sami doesn't need to win. And I'm just left to wonder if Karrion's performance is enough to get him out of catering and more screen time than 30-second backstage segments.
Let's hope so.
And just like on Friday Night Smackdown, the United States title was on the line as the Samoan Werewolf, Jacob Fatu, defends against his cousin, Solo Sikoa. This match turned into an overbooked mess toward the end as it took JC Mateo, the return, Tangaloa, and the debut of Tala Tonga with the Samoan Spike from Solo. And just like on Friday Night Smackdown, we have a title change and a new United States champion, Solo Sikoa.
What an asshole.
Along with the finals of the King of the Ring tournament, we have the finals of the Queen of the Ring tournament. This featured Jade Cargill versus the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka. This was by far the shortest match of the night and easily the worst match of the entire show. But with a championship match at SummerSlam looming, and I've always said if it comes to the better match or the better story needs to be forwarded. And right now, Jade happens to be in the better story, so I cannot believe I am saying this. Jade picked up the win, and barring a cash-in at SummerSlam, it will be Tiffany Stratton defending her WWE Women's Undisputed Championship against Jade Cargill.
Fuck.
That brings us to the main event for the last time. The 17-time champion, John Cena, versus his greatest rival, Second City Saint, CM Punk. The match was fine. It was fine for what it was, with seemingly another tease of Cena realizing the error of his ways and turning face. And just like the U.S. title match, this turned into an overbooked mess as Mr. Money in the Bank, Seth Rollins, and his crew arrived after a ref bump, only for Sami Zayn and Penta to make a cameo appearance to even up the odds. Seth Rollins hits CM Punk with the briefcase, hits the curb stomp. John Cena sneaks in for the win to retain his title, and now it is set. Night 2, SummerSlam. John Cena versus Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship.
Obviously.
But that's just a quick overview as I saw the events over the weekend. Make sure to tune in to this channel, 6 p.m. Pacific time, for even more in-depth, as me and the guys will be talking about the events of the weekend and a whole lot more. Of course, I'm talking about Wednesday night is overbooked. But yeah, thanks for stopping by, folks. Again, quick reminder before you head out the door, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, hey, thanks for sticking around this long. I appreciate it. And I'll see you folks all very soon. Hope you had a great weekend. Have a wonderful week ahead of you. Always have fun. Keep talking. Keep smiling. Until next time.